what is the edge about? It's about giving our partners the edge in that tough market, the edge to retain a customer or to win a customer. We see it as being able to give a partner a slightly unfair advantage. We want to tip the competitive battlefield they're operating in very much in their favour.
Hello, I'm James Goulding, editor of Technology Reseller Magazine, and with me here today I've got Will Morey, Managing Director of Gamma Business Channel. We're going to be talking about recent developments at the company, including highlights from their Gammaverse 2025 conference and their new partner growth program, Gamma Edge. Will, great to have you here today.
Great to be here. Thank you for the invite. Really looking forward to it.
Good. You've obviously had a very busy time because you've just had Gammaverse 2025.
Yes.
How has this year been for you and your partners?
Yeah, I mean, Gammaverse was fantastic. Genuinely, really enjoyed it. For me, it was a channel event through and through. From Joe Marler, who's now obviously got a bigger media profile than he's ever had, swearing his way through, breaking the world record for most occurrences of the F word during a technology conference, which was fantastic. We notched it at about 41 during a 45-minute session. So we had that. We also had, I think Sam Conniff talking about the whole Be More Pirate, which was very much about speaking to Gamma's approach to the market, about being a challenger brand, about doing things different and making sure we're putting the partner at the heart of everything we do. But more than anything, giving the partner the opportunity to challenge the market and know that behind them, we're standing next to them, shoulder to shoulder. We were also talking about all of our new technology. We talked about everything ranging from AI and what we see happening with AI and how that can play a role, but also WebEx for Gamma was launched on that day, so an incredibly exciting day for us. But we also talked about Horizon and the huge role that plays in the ongoing growth of our business. And I think we really helped partners understand that the way we see the market from a Cisco perspective is that you have WebEx at the heart of our proposition. And then you can choose to surface that WebEx application into your customers, either through a transformational experience with WebEx for Gamma, where you want to use the full extent of all of that AI and CX capability, or more of a transactional experience where you maybe want to deliver the WebEx experience into the customer in a different way, maybe at a slightly different price point with a slightly different sort of scale opportunity. And it's about those two ways of going to market, I think was really exciting. And then we obviously talked about our connectivity portfolio and the work we're doing there to make sure it's right and relevant and supporting partners and all of the other things. So 25, more generally, it's tough out there. I think any partner you speak to is finding new businesses is more difficult to win than ever. You have to, the cliche is so true. You have to do more for less to win and keep your customers. And that's very much our mindset, both in terms of the products we deliver. We try and make sure that the partner can deliver more for less into those end users, but also in the way we think about the market. And that's why we've introduced Gamma Edge, because it enables us to have a really solid framework to say, how can we deliver more value into your business? How can we deliver more capability, more resource, more products, more opportunity to grow and develop your business? But making sure that we're giving back some of that benefit wherever we can, and we're helping you prop up your business and grow as aggressively as you can in a tough market.
A lot has been happening.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, going back to sort of Gamma Edge, your sort of partner growth program.
Yeah,
you did a lot of research in developing that into the challenges your partners face. Can you tell us a bit about some of those?
Yeah, I think it's almost worth saying we did the research because it's the right thing to do, and Gamma Edge came out of that. So we spend a lot of time wanting to understand what our partners need to win in the market. What is the support? What are the products? What are your experiences of working with us? So we have a program called Partner Experience in Gamma. And that's everybody in a leadership role in our business, from Andrew Belshaw through to all of the managers and the senior leaders that work across our business. They talk to 3 customers a quarter, and they have a structured conversation that we transcribe and understand through Teams. That goes into our Snowflake engine, kind of AI-enabled sort of data infrastructure. That enables us to understand all of those conversations that are running across Gamma, all of those calls where we're asking customers, how are we doing? What do you need to win? How can we step up and help you more? We analyze those conversations, we look at the trends, and we then make sure we act on those, because listening is great, and I'll talk about how important listening is all day long, but listening only matters if you act on what you hear. And so Edge was how we acted on what we heard. And that's where we started to think about those pillars that we can deliver that will enable our partners to grow against this backdrop of quite a challenging market.
So what are the pillars within Edge?
Absolutely. So if I take you through the kind of the overall concept, and if I wrap it up, first of all, what is the Edge about? It's about giving our partners the edge in that tough market, the edge to retain a customer or to win a customer. We see it as being able to give a partner a slightly unfair advantage. We want to tip the competitive battlefield they're operating in very much in their favor. And that's part of being a Gamma partner. So if we think about, the first pillar, it's very much about our portfolio. It's very much about making sure we've got the right products to have the conversation to add value into the end user, because without that, we're not delivering anything. But how we arrive at that right product mix for the customer is based on what we do in the other areas. So the first thing is Partner Pulse. So this is where a kind of co-authored, co-developed business plan that we have, an account development plan. And that's very much shaped by what we call Edge Insights. So we've spent a lot of time looking at all of the data points we're able to get across Gamma, and we've got, huge numbers, hundreds of thousands of subscribers on our platforms. We've got huge numbers of connectivity here, billions of minutes flowing through our network, billions of bytes of data, et cetera, et cetera. And so using that, we can gather all of those data points together. We can frame it through the customer's own customer base and share back with them insights that enable them to make intelligent decisions. This is what you look like in terms of your vertical market representation. These are the markets you operate in. This is your average customer lifetime. And we can see that either side of that, 30 days either side, you've got this many customers at risk that are about to fall into that window where we think churn is a greater likelihood, and we can help you wrap up value propositions to be able to do that. We've also got the ability to start to understand, as I say, those predictive churn opportunities, but also those sales opportunities to be able to say to you, well, how about, because they take this blend of products, we think they're going to take this product in addition. So the conversation starts with data insight and understanding, and that then enables us to look at the products. Then what we do is we say, actually, we want to make sure that you have the right boosts in place commercially to be able to win. And that's where we've positioned things under the boost pillar, which is really about saying, well, how about we take away the hassle of you even having to think about billing or charging for minutes. And when you buy a UCaaS product from us, regardless of which platform it is, all of the minutes are free. So regardless of whether you're dialing internationally or not, we will provide you that all-inclusive in the main license fee. And that's really transformational for a customer, because they can go to an end user and they can say, well, we got all of that covered for you. Don't worry about the variability in your bill. We can deliver that for you if the customer wants to pay. Or if the reseller wants to, it's up to them. They could take that into their P&L, and then they could have a separate agreement with their customer if they want fluctuating. But it's a way of us adding simplicity into the channel and value into the channel. And then there's connectivity and the offers we've got on that. So if you take our UCaaS product, we want you also to use our connectivity in our network, because we believe that's inherently more secure, more supportable, more compliant. It's wrapped in all the Gamma goodness and governance. And that makes that proposition even stronger. So we then say, well, if you're taking more than 5 seats from us of UCaaS, we'll give you 80/20 connectivity at $14.95, which is a really, really strong price point that again puts more money into the reseller's pocket, and they can look at how they share that with the customer. So that's the kind of the boost aspect. Yeah. And then what we've got is another pillar which we call migrate. We're seeing lots of companies who have got legacy technology and they need to move off a legacy technology onto a next generation technology. They've maybe got customers stranded on a kind of island of being stuck with a different UCaaS platform or different supplier. And what we can do there is we can help them understand that with Migrate and help them migrate their customers off and do that at scale and with a lot of kind of ease for the reseller. Because what resellers we're hearing through your original question is they want to be making sure they're geared up and all their resources are about bringing in those new logos and winning new customers. If we can take some of that pain away of migrating and looking after the stuff that's in the background that they've already got in their customer base, but they know they need to migrate to next generation or next generation UCaaS maybe, we can take that burden on for them. And then lastly, that's all wrapped up with the last pillar, which is, we call it velocity. And it's about the reward mechanism we give so that for every pound a reseller grows, we give them a percentage of that pound back. Could be 25%. It could be up to 100%. Depends on the kind of mix of products the partner's working with us on. And we do that because we know just how hard won growth is in today's market. And we want to reinvest in our channel partner relationships and say, if you've grown by £1, we want to give you some of that back so you can grow by another £1 and another £1. And that's the velocity that we see in how we can do that. So those are the 5 pillars that we believe give our partners the edge in the market and just really make it a competitive advantage. And we want to tilt the competitive battlefield in their favour.
Yeah. And what's the sort of uptake been like and the feedback from your partners since you launched in the summer?
I suppose I'm bound to say this, but genuinely we've been overwhelmed. Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. People just get it, and I think the reason that people just get it is because it came from a point of listening. It wasn't that somebody in an ivory tower somewhere far away came up and said, oh, how about this edge thing? And we'll do that. And then it's all born from conversations with channel partners about the challenges they face every day, the opportunities they see in the market. So people immediately got what we were trying to do. Our business development team could really easily articulate the value that it adds. So we've now got hundreds of agreements signed where people are signing into this velocity program. There's no commitment in that other than let's grow together. Let's share a common goal of growing against this backdrop of a tough market, and see where we get to. And so, absolutely fantastic response from across the reseller community.
And presumably the conversations you've been having with your resellers that's sort of informed Edge.
Yes.
Has that also influenced your existing partner programs?
Absolutely. So, to be honest, Edge is very much at the heart of our partner programs, but we've launched in the last few days the Accelerate platform. And that again is a platform that's dedicated to supporting partner growth. It's the portal that they can log into to access all of the resources they need to market themselves better, either through social media or through being able to co-brand or completely white label content that we provide, or being able to access to all the materials that a salesperson or a telemarketing person or a marketing person or whoever needs to be able to accelerate the conversation with an end user to get that win on the board and secure that new customer or retain that customer. So we're seeing all of those conversations that we're having and all of the learning that we get through that partner experience program come into all of our different approaches to partnership, really, because that at the end of the day is what we're trying to achieve.
And so I guess the opportunities for each partner are different, but are there particular opportunities you think are very strong in the market at the moment?
I think you've nailed it there in that it is about personalizing it, because every partner who we talk to are in a different place on their journey. Where are they trying to get to as a business? So every conversation we have, and all of our business development managers and leaders across our business, firstly start with one question. Where are you trying to get your business to? What's your aspiration, and how can we play a meaningful role in that? Because we see that as our job, playing that meaningful role in realizing the growth opportunity or the trajectory that partner is on. And it's a huge sense of pride for me as I think back over my career and the stuff I do day to day, is just being a very, very small part of different partners' growth journeys. But yeah, there are technologies out there now that are hugely exciting. I think WebEx for Gamma presents an immense opportunity for our partners, and was just talking to a partner this morning about how they're utilizing WebEx for Gamma along with some of the kind of the APIs that are available for them and the development resources and the ecosystem of products that sit around WebEx for Gamma to deliver really bespoke solutions again into their end user community based on different vertical markets. And I think that's really exciting. I think some of the AI capability we're bringing with our AI concierge product is also again really exciting. And I just kind of highlight those two products for a simple reason. This whole idea of listening, it also links into this idea of co-creation. We think that the best way of developing the very best products for the channel is through co-creation with our channel partners. And so WebEx for Gamma, we had delivered well over, I think, 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers into the market before we launched the product. And immensely proud to have worked with over 200 partners to be able to make sure that proposition when it went to market was exactly what channel partners needed, was exactly what the end user needed as well. But also with AI Concierge, we launched that in a relatively simple way, but with the ability to refine it and develop it and co-create how that will be shaped to deliver the needs of different vertical markets and different companies across the kind of huge spectrum of businesses that are out there. So yeah, I think that co-creation idea sits very much at the heart of the way our CTO thinks and their team think. Yeah, how can we deliver something that's going to be right for your business and help you execute on the growth that you see available to you?
You've also launched a few sort of cybersecurity solutions this year. Is that a big sort of opportunity for your partners?
I think that nobody is, I'm sure, unaware of quite how big an opportunity cybersecurity is. And in the channel, we see that all of the time, and lots and lots of stats out there around the growth in cybersecurity space. We've had a product in cybersecurity now for some time and see that grow very, very quickly, and seen it as being a very good logical step for our channel partners, maybe coming from either a voice kind of heritage or IT MSP, to add in cybersecurity capability. It's a great first step in doing that. And we've kind of enhanced the product on that journey with the customer. So yeah, our product is called SafeWeb, and it started with very simple dark web monitoring. Over time, that product has become more and more complex to address different needs. And now what we're really excited about is we've managed to actually build into that an insurance style product that then says, okay, let's say the worst does happen, and we can all talk about Land Rover and other suppliers in our sector and many organizations that have been really badly impacted by cybersecurity, I think M&S and lots of others. And what we do is we then can step in at that point if somebody has had a data exposure, and we can then provide them the support they need at that critical moment to carry them through that very difficult journey that they'll be on to remedy what has happened around that data breach within their business. And that's an incredibly powerful message to say, we're not going to just provide you the product that will hopefully ensure this doesn't happen. But because of most of this stuff is human, and I think when you look at cybersecurity, I remember someone saying to me that, when you look at it, most of it, the reason why breaches occur are human related. Yeah. They're nothing to do with how much amazing technology you've got wrapped around stuff. It's about the human being that creates the exposure. So, there is always risk there. We can help people through that when it happens. We can give them the support, be it financial or be it in terms of our ability to program manage them, how you cope with a data breach and a sort of an infraction of GDPR.
Well, you've obviously been very busy in this year. What are your priorities for 2026, and what should sort of your partners be looking out from you in the next few months?
I think more of the same to some degree. I think we'll see the Edge program accelerating even faster. I think you'll see some really strong capability coming through on Migrate and how we can help customers with those challenges of, PSTN switch off, with those challenges of migrating connectivity bases, of getting off legacy UCaaS products maybe that are they've got islands of customers stuck on that they need to move to the latest next generation product. I think you'll see a lot more there. I think, the Velocity program, you'll see us continuing to reward partners for that growth And we'll see more than anything the true power of how WebEx for Gamma, IPEX as a product in our portfolio, Horizon, and PhoneLine Plus can really add value for our partners. When I think about 2026, I think there's also risk out there for a lot of partners and companies. I think we'll see increasing consolidation in the sort of platform space that we operate with. And I think increasingly the feedback we hear through those partner experience calls is actually working with a FTSE 250 listed company who are absolutely rock solid and have spent all of the time and put all of the investment into governance and compliance and Telecom Security Act and building out the underlying network infrastructure to be able to support these technologies in the market, as well as the breadth of people we've got in the UK and across Europe to be able to do it. That is bringing more reassurance to partners than ever before because of the slightly chaotic nature of what's going on across the sort of macroeconomy and geopolitical landscape. They're looking to partners, I think, like Gamma to bring that reassurance, to bring that stability. And what we see, and I've been talking to my team a lot about, is when people talk about different technologies, they typically only talk about what sits above the waterline of an iceberg. So if you imagine that classic picture of the iceberg, I'm sure you can see it in your mind with the line there. What Gamma are incredibly strong at is all the stuff that goes on below the waterline. We've got great technology above. We can deliver all of the AI and all of the excitement and the sizzle.
Yeah.
But actually what sits underneath it is a huge amount of foundational capability that I think our partners will be more reliant on than ever before, be it governance, be it compliance, be it financial stability, be it the ability to apply resources into their business to help them grow faster and be more solid and secure for their customers.
Brilliant, Bill. Well, great to catch up with you, and thank you for that very quick sort of overview of everything that's been happening at Gamma Business and what we can look forward to next year.
Absolute pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
I hope you found that interesting. There's obviously a lot going on at Gamma. If you want to find out more, contact them directly.